Hi you guys, this is Victoria with victoriavegan.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to share with you my journey of how I found raw foods and raw veganism. This story is, of course, near and dear to my heart, and I just really wanted to share it with you guys. So let's just get started. So flashback about 3 years ago, I was a sophomore in college, and I would say that I was on the journey of trying to be healthy, okay? So, but I didn't know what that was at that point. I thought healthy was calorie counting. So that's what I was doing, and yes, I was losing weight, but I was still eating whatever I wanted, and I was doing it the wrong way, and I was doing it in a way that wasn't lasting. So I did that for about a year, and I always had skin problems. Even starting when I would say I was 10 years old, I've always had acne and skin problems on my face and my body. It's plagued me, you know. So I started researching on the internet, and I found something about cleansing your liver to help your skin. And at that moment, a light bulb went off, and I thought, wow, my skin issues aren't just topical. No matter what cream or gel or face wash I use, which, believe me, I've used every single one probably, which we won't even get into all the chemicals that I put in my body. But, because what you put on your skin soaks into your body. Anyway, so I figured out that it was my internal organs that needed help. So from that moment on, I didn't even read anything about fruits or vegetables, but I knew intuitively that I needed to start incorporating more fruits and vegetables into my diet. So I immediately went to the grocery store and I got conventional produce. At that moment in time, I didn't even know what organic produce was. But for about a year, I started eating fruits and vegetables with every meal. But I was still eating meat, dairy, and grains. So my skin wasn't getting any better because I was still compounding the problem. So when I was a junior in college, I was still searching for the truth, still looking at things on the internet to be healthy. Stumbled upon a video by Dan McDonald. He's known as the Life Regenerator on YouTube. You can look him up. Please do. I will never forget. I even have a picture of it in my bedroom that I framed. It's a snapshot of the video. It was him making a hamburger out of tomato, onions, lettuce, cucumber, etc. Just raw foods. And another light bulb went on for me. And I went raw the next day, and I have never looked back since. So, also, one of the things that I stumbled upon was the documentary Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. At that point, I wasn't even looking for a health documentary to watch. It just came to me. And that's a wonderful documentary. I also really recommend it. It's about a man who goes on a 60-day juice fast and loses weight and heals his disease that he had. I believe it was some sort of skin disease. How ironic. But that made me get a juicer. My parents got a juicer as well. And I just started juicing every day. If it's one thing that Dan taught me, it's that the daily juicing habit is essential. So I just started juicing organic apples and lemons and kale and beets and cucumber. And I just started juicing every day. And I started detoxing. So, which is wonderful. And I have been raw for 2 years. It's been the best 2 years of my life. I can safely say that with ease. Best 2 years of my life. You know, the food health is not just about what food you eat. That's just one spoke on the wheel. After going raw, I would say my spirituality increased probably 50-fold. I am more spiritual than I have ever been in my life. And it just really, because when you're eating God's foods, you just you're just, I can't even explain it. You're just filled up with spirituality, and it's just been wonderful. So My skin has gotten better. It's not completely healed because you have to remember that 20 plus years of debauchery, of eating whatever I wanted, of not exercising, of just simply not being in touch with my body, you can't heal that in a year or two. You know, it's going to take time. And I know that. So, you know, if you eat the king's food, you'll get the king's diseases, they say. And one of the things that, and my disease was my skin issues. So anyway, I also, before I went raw, I would say even going back as far as junior high, I had self-diagnosed myself with irritable bowel syndrome, yes, and hypoglycemia. I always had bowel issues, and I just thought that that's just part of life, that, you know, that was just me. I was just going to have it forever. I also had hypoglycemia, or I thought I did. I always had low blood sugar. If I didn't eat, I would get shaky and get low blood sugar. Needless to say, that's all gone. My bowel issues are completely gone. My hypoglycemia eradicated. I can't even remember the last time I've had low blood sugar. Anyway, so long story short, going raw is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I always say that it was my calling, you know, light shone down on me, and it's my calling. And if me sharing my story can help any one of you guys, then that is, my goal has been accomplished. So that's my story, and I'm sure I missed a few bits and pieces, but you know, what I would suggest if you are just getting started or you're interested in being raw, get a juicer. The best thing you can do is juice every day. Just start out simple, apples, lemons, carrots. Do it every day and you will feel so much better. My energy is through the roof. I've never had so much energy in my life. And of course I attribute it to how I eat. You know, I eat good at every meal. And I'm not saying that it started out like that, because in the beginning you have to transition. You can't, because let me tell you, meat, dairy, and grains are addicting, okay? They're like drugs. And you have to wean yourself off of them, just like caffeine and coffee. So it takes time, and it is a transition period, but it's the best decision I've made. And it wasn't even really a decision. It was just, I did it, and it was my calling, and it was, you know, for me. And I've never been so happy. So that's my story. I hope it helped you guys. And if you watched this long, thank you. So be on the lookout for more recipes from me. And thank you for watching. Bye.